What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you have a wonderful summer day. I'm sorry my room is a bit messy. I had friends staying over during the Rockfest festival during the weekend, and I haven't been able to clean it up since I'm a bit sick. But I thought that I need to make this video. One thing I missed last week was the state of play. They announced new games, showed new stuff, and two games I'm really excited for are Final Fantasy 16 and the Callisto Protocol. Can't wait for those games. But one game I'm not excited for is the Resident Evil 4 remake. You're probably thinking what the fuck is going on in my head that I'm not interested in the Resident Evil 4 remake. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys. If you've been checking me out on Twitch or on YouTube, as a matter of fact, I've covered Resident Evil a lot. You know I love Resident Evil. 5 or 6 I could take or leave. I don't consider them RE games. But, I love Resident Evil 7. I love Resident Evil 2 Remake. Resident Evil 3 Remake I could take or leave as well. I don't care for it. It was very short. It had content cut away from the original. Didn't care for it. I thought it was a huge fucking ripoff. And Resident Evil Village was my game of the year last year. So you know I love Resident Evil, right? Resident Evil 4. If you are a Resident Evil 4 fan, you probably love Resident Evil 4 as much as I do. It has a very special place in my heart, and I've always said since the leaks were out that Resident Evil 4 doesn't deserve a remake. Of course it deserves a remake, but it doesn't need a remake. Come on, the game has been released on fucking every console generation after the PS2 GameCube generation, you know? So it's still in such a fresh memory. They released the fucking VR version last year. So it's in such a fresh memory and people hold it in such a high regard. So the original is a fucking masterpiece, perfectly fine. Obviously the escort missions and the QTs fucking suck, but that's just a part of the mechanic and that makes the game awesome, you know? I'm sorry I'm a bit sick, I'm not drunk, I might seem a bit tipsy, but I'm not. Sorry, I'm just a bit fluish. I really consider that Resident Evil 1, the original, needs a modern remake. I know it got a remake like 20 years ago, but I'd like to see how Resident Evil 1 plays on the RE engine. It would be amazing. We'd have the fucking original trilogy there, remade for an entirely new generation. One rant I got from a friend of mine that they didn't like Resident Evil 3 was because they didn't know who Jill is. They got into Resident Evil during 7 and 2 remake, so they didn't know who Jill is at all. They don't explain the background that much in the Nemesis remake. So they could very well remake the original with the RE engine, and they could do Code Veronica as well. I'd love to see. I heard so much about Resident Evil Code Veronica. I just actually played it for the first time, and I see why people want this game to remake. The story is awesome. There's so much potential. People call it the true Resident Evil 3. I fucking hated it. I fucking hated Code Veronica, and I fucking hate to admit... I fucking hate to admit it, but I hated Code Veronica. It was so clunky, and I can really see why people want a remake for it, and I want to play it as a modern game as well. But I think Resident Evil 4 doesn't need a remake, and I might be the guy with the unpopular opinion now. Obviously I'm gonna get it. Obviously I'm gonna give my first impressions on it and stream it, whatever. I just don't care about it. I love Resident Evil 4 as it is, you know? And I got into the franchise when I was like, what, 18, 19. So, not so long ago. I'm 23 now. Yeah, but... I don't think RE4 needs a remake. That's just my opinion. Yeah, that's why I had to make the video, because I think I'm the only one with this fucking opinion. So what's your take on RE4 Remake? Are you excited for it? Do you share the same opinion as I do? Please let me know in the comments below and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll try to make more content. I know I haven't finished the Elden Ring Platinum Guide. I'm fucking working on it. I've had so much to deal with during the past month, but I'm gonna do it at some point. So please stay tuned and check me out on Twitch as well. It's 99 Shadow Tom. Links down in the description, so come have a look and let's have a blast. See ya!